welcome back to my videos on my couture collection, and today I wanted to showcase St. John. This is episode 2, and today I wanted to showcase probably one of the earliest dresses that I have from the St. John family. St. John started in 1962. I put this dress, this orange shocking dress. It is very 1960s, of course. I would say 1965, 1966, could be earlier, could be later, but it is only 3 years after they started their company, and this is the kind of quality vintage that I have and that I have preserved through many years. And St. John has always been one of my favorite American fashion houses because they created simplicity through the 1960s and then the 70s, and they continued on strong. And I'm going to showcase several St. John's that were sold at different department stores. And so yes, so thanks for stopping by. And now I want to talk about a little bit about St. John. And as a collector, I mean, this was my first video that I did, and with the sleeves, like the little pirate sleeves with the old St. John Knits label. Something like this in today's market, there is still a lot of St. John, of course, in California, but I think that with most of the European and the rest of the world who love fashion and want to collect couture, I think that this is something that is very desirable in today's market and would probably be about from $800 to $1,200, only because it is St. John at its finest. It is vintage and it is over 30 years old. And then this is an earlier, well, I would say like a 1980s. It is A-line skirt. It is an A-line skirt. It is very, of course, Chanel. I think that people have a lot of the people who are in the business have mistaken St. John as somebody who does knockoffs of Chanel, but I think it has to do a lot with fashion. When somebody invents something, then you have people who want to create that in their own version. And St. John by Mary Gray and Robert are the founders of St. John, and this is an original Mary Gray. She actually designed this, and this is very Nancy Reagan on the White House in the early 80s, and it's lavender and beige and off-white with the gold St. John buttons. Very cool. I love things like this. This is more of a 1980s with the little gathering on the sleeve. Of course, it probably had a dress, and it's St. John for Saks Fifth Avenue. It is very 1980s. And this is very cool. This is very hot. People love to buy stuff like this at antique stores and vintage stores. It is not very expensive. I think that something like this will probably run for like about $100 because it is not a timeless piece. It is just St. John for Saks Fifth Avenue. And of course, something like this, brand new in today, like for St. John at Saks Fifth Avenue, will probably cost about $800. This is another St. John Mary Gray with the bow. It is very dynasty, and this is more like late 80s, early 90s. And this is just black knit on a fuchsia silk. It is definitely very 1990s with the wrap going on, the wrap sweater with the little bow. It's very, very cool, very hot. This is more of an earlier St. John. This is actually, I think the newest that I have, it is St. John Evening by Mary Gray. And this probably had a skirt. Something like this, probably because it's so new that it is really, really easy to pinpoint the actual cost. With the bottom, whatever, if you had a pant or a skirt, it would probably be about $1,500, but the sweater alone, like this, will probably run about $1,000. And to finish off my video, I wanted to showcase one of the most pretty dresses that I have. It is silk organza on knit, and it is St. John for Neiman Marcus. And of course, who doesn't love Neiman Marcus? And this is actually a beautiful design. It has an opening on the back, and it has the buttons with the zipper. And there it is, St. John knits. It's very 1980s, very desirable in today's market. For any high-end boutique, this will probably run about $500. So I wanted to thank you for stopping by and checking out my videos on my collection of American couture. And this is episode 2 on St. John knits, and I will of course showcase on my next episodes of St. John. I will probably have rare pieces to show you, 1970s and 1960s, but I will probably have a video showcasing only 1970s because I love 1970s St. John's. They remind me so much of what Miss Sony was doing, and we'll see what happens. So thanks for stopping by, and have a fabulous week.